IMF की भी एक स्टडी कहती है कि भारत में एक्सट्रीम पॉवर्टी अब
तेलंगाना के लिए
Emotion politics is the cause of the country's poverty. Governments feeding poverty in the name of freebies. Poverty must be eradicated by the consciousness of the youth. The right to vote must become a weapon for the lives of the poor. Senior journalist CHV Prabhakar Rao's analysis of the affection and love shown towards Dalits and minorities during election campaigns by political parties. It is not an exaggeration to say that all political parties are playing with their lives in the name of Dalits and minorities. Some parties advertise that they are comforting them, while others alienate them from the society in the name of religion. In the arena of political parties, the people of these communities are often slandered. Due to this, even those who claim to be the leaders of the respective groups are hiding the lips of their group and spending their time. All the people in the society are constantly working for the basic necessities like food, cloth and shade. It is the responsibility of the governments to provide non-religious services to the lower classes of the poor and to eradicate their own poverty. In any country, it is the state of that country. But the ruling classes are trying to maintain their state power by keeping their lips tight for their political gain and alienating the religious people. The country's economic policies are based on the wishes of the landlords, the rich and the corporate class, and because they adopt policies that can make them richer, poverty in the country increases. The number of poor is increasing day by day. About 80 crore people in India are waiting for the 5 kilos of rice given by the government for free every month, which means that the economic policies of the country are in line with the development of the country. Putting aside the juggernaut of numbers, this point becomes clear if we look at the people around us. If the Dalits, a minority group of people, are still living on the rice provided by the government even in this auspicious period of 75 years since the independence of the country, it can be understood that the development of the country is slow. The country was ruled by Congress and BJP parties for these 75 years. Even if the Janata Party comes in the middle, it will also be formed with its members. For the past 30 years, they have been promoting the policies of economic liberalization in the country, that the license Raj is gone and that everyone has got all the opportunities. But if you look at the poverty in the country, you will understand that all those are only in a special category. Economists say that there are two types of economic development. One is V, K, shape in English, and the other is V, shape of country progress. K means that the poor and the rich grow equally like two letters in the letter K. And in V system, the poor will grow richer and the rich will grow richer. This is what is happening in the country now. Lips are accumulating as the population increases. Even though the government is implementing many welfare schemes, there is no change in the lives of the poor. They are not getting even the minimum level of opportunities. Economic development in the lower classes will be possible only when quality and high quality education is available equally to all. For example, some of the Dalit and minority communities are highly educated, not only politically but also economically. They are recognized as equal to other communities. The people of these communities who have not received the same education are still living in poor huts depending on the government's free handicrafts. Those who live in Puri huts do not have an education, medical care and basic income. That is why it is not surprising that all of them have become vote banks for political parties and are living on the basis of their relatives. Some parties use free schemes and pensions to gain the support of these communities, while some parties use religion and religious beliefs as a bait. There is no difference between Hinduism and Islam. All alike fear them and guard them from going beyond their jurisdiction. 90% of these people who fight for nations, free rice and other schemes are illiterate. Whatever political party is in power to provide proper education and medical care to them is only nominal. The reason may be the fear that if they get education, they will all rise to the level of the next generation. No matter how many governments change, these parties will not get justice unless the ideologies of those parties and their cunning minds change. India is seen as the country with the largest economy in the world. Those in power promote it very much. But tell me why 80 crore people in the country are queuing up in front of the ration shops for 5 crores of rice given by the government, and what is the logic in it? Can't say. They know that this federal is a vote bank and they will be in power with the votes that separate them. No matter how many governments change, if their economic and political policies do not change, no matter how many freebies and how many pensions are given, poverty in the country will not decrease. Even as our country rises to the first position in the world, poverty will increase. If poverty is reduced and the people are educated and wise, the machinations of these politicians, whose often unprofitable ways will be revealed, they are fearing that the people will be religion and region. Self-esteem is always used to satisfy their needs and take power. Young voters, who are close to half of the population, should take stock of today's political situation and their financial situation and wonder why they are still in poverty when those around them have risen so high before them. Self-examination should be done. They should exercise their right to vote honestly. People who believe the words of political parties with emotions, the country will remain a poorer country. National development and equal society are possible only if the youth leave the mentality of our birth is the cause of our poverty with their mentally enslaved brothers and borrowed theories and come forward with their own ideas.